Hello friends, welcome to English Shorthand class. Ready? 1, 2, 3, start. A comparison. Offering booster doses will have individual benefit to a variable extent against different variants. However, when at the global level vaccines continue to be in short supply, this comes at the cost of a potentially larger benefit for more individuals who still await their primary two doses. In this backdrop, the decisions on who gets boosters, when and with which vaccine has to be based upon a public health approach determined by evidence and science. Second, since every country needs vaccines and access is variable, global access to the first two shots need to be prioritized over boosters for healthy adults. Yes, boosters might ultimately be needed for everyone, but at the moment we need to immediately consider boosters only for subgroups such as the immunocompromised, often referred to as additional dose as part of an extended primary immunization schedule, and those at the greatest risk. In India, we must plan and execute real-world effectiveness studies at scale in the general population, particularly for those vaccines that have been or will be used mainly or initially in India, so that we can develop an evidence base for decisions on boosters for the general population. This must happen in parallel with increasing the two-dose coverage in all adults to the highest possible levels. Third, we should not be surprised by reports of reinfections and breakthrough infections or of absence of antibodies after natural infection and vaccination, particularly when commercial tests are used. This is expected both because of the design of the tests and as vaccines for mucosal infections, as for SARS-CoV-2 rarely prevent all subsequent infections, but generally continue to protect against severe disease for a longer period. Fourth, in the context of Omicron, India has an opportunity to plan and implement testing and tracking that will enable an understanding of variant specific and warning immunity with different vaccines. If we capture infection and vaccination history in people who are affected by this variant. Fifth, this is an opportunity to review the performance of the vaccine program and identify the population groups to be prioritized for completion of primary immunization. It is time for the government to analyze and use the integrated data from its multiple platforms for decision making. Every setting is different. India needs a road map that includes COVID-19 testing, provision of care, financial protection, and enhanced science communication with the general public to ensure sustained adherence to COVID-19, appropriate behaviors, and other measures for protection against disease to decrease further disruption by the pandemic. Discussions on boosters are essential, but it is important that India makes its decisions based as far as possible on its own data. High seropositivity as shown in the fourth round of the National Seroprevalence Survey different vaccines from the rest of the world. A different experience with the variants all indicate that India should not blindly follow the path adopted by other countries, and it should determine COVID-19 booster dose policy for the general population based on local evidence and data. In epidemics and pandemics, context matters a lot.